Good evening, good evening. Welcome back to another episode of The Evening Word. I am your host, Saxophone Delmon, bringing you love, light, and positivity to your news feed. It's a beautiful message today. It's a beautiful day. Every day is a beautiful day, right? And I'm happy to be able to share this word with you. So today I'm reading from the book of Matthew and the book of Acts from the Bible, but this is a calendar called Jesus Calling. And it gives you different verses of the Bible that aren't usually covered in church. And I love it because they kind of break it down in language that I can understand, a little mundane layman's language that makes it easier to be able to understand the verses. And if you are having some issues getting yourself to the Bible because of the vocabulary, I suggest this book this calendar by Sarah Young. So every day I'm leaving these messages, these verses, something to wake up to or to think about overnight. So when you wake up in the morning, you can make whatever adjustments you need. So October 25th, I am God with you for all time and throughout eternity. Don't let the familiarity of that concept numb its impact on your consciousness. My perpetual presence with you can be a continual source of joy, springing up and flowing out in streams of abundant life. Let your mind reverberate with meanings of my names: Jesus, the Lord saves, and Emmanuel, God with us. Striving to remain conscious of my presence even in your busiest moments. Talk with me about whatever delights you, whatever upsets you, whatever is on your mind. These tiny steps of daily discipline taken one after the other will keep you close to me on the path of life. And to me, it speaks directly to me because I have, when it comes to relationships, distance makes the heart grow fonder, right? Or out of sight, out of mind. So when you're not practicing or praying every day or thinking about God every day, that kind of relationship gets a little bit distant. And even though it's like distant friends, like high school friends or something, when you haven't seen each other in years, even when you haven't talked to each other in a while, but you do catch up with each other, it's like you didn't miss a minute, right? And it feels like God is the same way. He says, take him with you every day. And on the opposite side, when we're getting in a tight relationship, say like a really, really good marriage or a really good friendship where you're with each other every single day, all the time, and you understand each other, you finish each other's sentences. Like sometimes you take that love for granted, and they say the fire dies and the sizzle goes away. And well, when you have that same relationship with God, it's up to us to be able to keep that relationship fiery and sizzling and strong, where every day we are nurturing and building that relationship with God. And to me, that's why this message speaks so directly to us, whether you haven't spoken to God in a long time or you feel like you speak to him every day and nothing's happening. Well, as kids, we understand that, right? We dealt with it. Hey, Mom, can we go to McDonald's? Maybe. Hey, Mom, can we go to McDonald's? Maybe. Mom, can we go to McDonald's? Now it's nighttime. No. And even if they say no, hey, Mom, can we go to McDonald's? You just don't give up. So if we're putting that kind of love into McDonald's, even as a kid, what if we put that kind of love into God? And that's why it speaks directly to me, because I've been doing this. And I quarantine, at first, I'm a musician. Quarantine really killed my whole career. I released my first single on Valentine's Day. 2 weeks later, we're in quarantine. They said quarantine was only going to last 2 weeks. Now they're saying it's going to last 2 years. So if it's going to last that long, we're going to need God with us. And that's why I'm putting these out. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a deacon. I'm just trying to put out the good word in easier terms for us to understand. So thank you for joining me on another episode of The Evening Word. I'm your host, Saxophone Delmone, bringing you the verse of the day from the book of Matthew and the book of Acts. I hope you join me tomorrow. Well, I have another word and more knowledge from the good Lord himself. Much love to you. Keep the faith. Hug somebody tight, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.